Hey guys, welcome to my mess. So I pulled out a lot of canes that I have previously made. I showed you most of them. And I just grabbed one of each color. And I thought, since I'm on this bright kick, that I would just make a bunch of Kaleidoscope canes. So what do I have here is I have a Skinner blend with some fuchsia, yellow, and orange. And what I'm trying to do is I want all three of the colors to show. So I'm trying to basically reduce this on its side. So what I'm saying by on the side is normally we reduce it like this, but this I want all three of the colors showing, and I know that they're not even. Let me cut this top part off, but it doesn't really matter because it's just going to be the centerpiece of our cane. And I'm debating whether I want to put like a black around, just a thin white and black around this, just to give it a little bit of a border. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to just grab a little bit of white here. When you have a band-aid on your hand, it doesn't like to grip anything. Okay, so I'm taking the white and I'm doing a number 5 with it. Okay, and I don't want it on the top of where you can see the 3. So I want it on the bottom and the top. And I'm just going to kind of toss it like that. It doesn't have to be great. I just want it to cover the top and the bottom. Okay. And then see if I can grab another piece and put it on the top. Probably could have done a 6 or a 7 as well, but that's okay. Okay, so there's the white. Now let me grab some black. Oops, missed a piece. Yeah, I've got all those canes, and it's like, okay, do I want to waste them on a Kaleidoscope cane? And I figured I had enough to where I could keep some of them and use the rest, so. I've also been doing really good with using my scraps. So you saw my focal that I made in the last video. I made a bunch of smaller beads and used white as the base, just like I did with the other ones, but this time I put some of my scrap gray. I started out with a round ball of that, and then I basically just wrapped the gray with the white and then made that into a ball. And it hit it, so it worked out pretty darn good. I'll show you those at the end of this. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we need to make this really thin. But we want to make sure that this is our top and our bottom. And I'm just using a little bit of black and white just for a contrast because there's so many colors into this. And I want to keep this about 1 1/4 inches high so that it'll match all of our little things that we did here. And I made this once and I messed it up, unfortunately. So I have to redo it because I didn't want to show you that, because It looked great, it cut great, but when I put it together, I forgot one important step. So I had to redo it. So now hopefully I will remember this step this time, and it won't be messed up. Okay, so just cutting the ends off here. And I'm gonna kind of, I don't know, fold it on its end, but I think that might be still a little too thick. We're just gonna kind of make a brain cane with this. And there's no way I'm gonna be using all of this. I just wanted something different in the center. Hopefully it looks okay. Okay, now we're a little tall. So we're gonna kind of cut that down just a little bit. Okay. And again, we're just gonna kind of fold it into some weird design here. Okay. And that's basically going to be our center of this. We can make it kind of wavy. So I can go like that and like that. Okay. And I'm kind of liking this to fold over something. Now we just got to figure out what to fold around it. So we're going to do like a purple and a green here. Okay. And we're just going to kind of fold that in there. And since I've got orange right there, I'm not going to do that right there. Okay, so now basically we're just building it. I'm going to take some black and white stripe here. Or yeah, we'll start with some black and white. I want this thin. Yeah, I've got this stupid Band-Aid on me, but I gave Makita, sometimes when I eat chicken wings, I'll give her, I don't give her the actual bone, but I give her the meat that's stuck on the joint. Yeah, this has got a black and white and a black on both sides, so it's going to have one strip of a thick black. But yeah, she pulled, and she pulled a little bit too hard that she actually bit my finger. So I had to cover it up because it was getting everywhere, and yeah, it was one of those days yesterday. Okay, so we're just basically just laying a little bit of the stripe down. Okay, and it doesn't have to go all the way down. And I'm going to put just a little stripe right here. Here, let me kind of clean that off a little bit. Okay, I want this a little wider. And I'm just going to lay that right there. Okay. Alrighty, so now it's basically just putting everything together. So we have some blues and purples. I can lay one right there. I can lay one right next to there. We've got some funky yellow. And I'm going to just stick that right in there. We're going to stick that backwards. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make this obviously go down like this. Okay. So we're going to take that piece right there. I'd like to have that like right there. Okay, so we're going to just do that. And as usual, I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's just kind of a play and see here. And I thought I had a couple more that were flat. Alright, so this we're going to make into a triangle. Change the direction of this a little bit. Like that. Take this big orange one here and put that right there. Alright, so I'm going to take this one as well. And I'm going to have that stick out that way. And that one's going to stick out that way. Okay. Yep, now we're just kind of throwing the rest of it wherever we throw it. So if I were to do that, I think I'm going to need one more piece. Oh, you know what? I got a couple leaves here. I had a leaf. I know I have a leaf somewhere here. I just saw it. And I grabbed it. Ugh, I don't know if I want purple or like a blue. Let's see if I can find another one. If not, I may have to grab one. I don't think I want to do green. Nope. I want something nice and bright. But I've got a lot of purple. All right, let me see if I can find another color. Okay, so I have a blue. Don't look too bad. I have an orange, but I got a lot of orange over there. And then I have a blue with a purple. I got me some shotgun shell holders, so now I don't have to wrap my cane. I can just put them in there. So I'm kind of happy about that. Okay, so this is a little dark, as you can see. But I don't think you're really going to see it. So the shotgun shells I got were on Amazon. And basically, they're thin enough to hold, you know what I mean, one cane. This one might be a little too big, but it's got this nice big lid that I can close it and not squish anything down. So I was really happy about that. Except when they get really, really small, you can't put them in there, or it's going to be a pain in the butt to try and get them out. So I'll have to figure out what to do with all my little pieces. All right, I gotta cut this string off my Band-Aid because they're driving me crazy. Okay, so there we go, right? So I need 2.5. And then we're ready to assemble and reduce this. Okay, so I don't know why I needed those there, but I'm hoping it'll look good when it's all put together. So basically, that's it. So this is what our cane looks like to start. Let me go ahead and do that so you can see. All right, and now I'm going to reduce it. Probably try and go to 4 inches, maybe just 3, but we'll see how we do. So we will come back as soon as we get it there. Talk to you then. All right, guys, so I comfortably got this to almost 6 inches. We're going to leave it at 5. Okay, let's just show you what the cane looks like right now. So I could keep reducing and reducing and reducing, but I know that once I do, that I am going to lose that pattern. So this is the one that I made before. Okay, just different colors. And I messed up on where I was going to assemble it. So I ended up keeping at least 2 of them because they looked really good together. But when I put those into 4, I ended up with this. Okay, and see how small it is? You can barely see the design. So you don't want to reduce this too much. So what I'm going to do is go, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to cut this at 2.5. Okay. And then we got to figure out which way we want to assemble it. Now I can leave a little bit like this because that's even a cool cane, right? Okay, or you do it butt end. I mean, regardless, it doesn't matter what side you're going to do this. You're going to have to reduce this and turn it into a square. I'm not real happy with the reds. I think it was too much orange to start with. So I just have to find which side I like the best. I kind of like this. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to line both of these up like this. Oops, and these are, I didn't quite cut this far enough, so that design is going to be a little bit different for now. Okay, and then basically now you're going to take it cat a corner, this corner and this, and you're just going to start forming it into a square. So one side you're going to go back, the other side forward, back and forward. Okay, and if that's really hard to do, I'll show you another way that you can do it. Back and forward, or you can just lay this down like this, and you see how this is leaning back. So you want to lean, what's leaning to the back, you want to lean forward. What's leaning forward, you want to lean back. So basically just back and forth until you change the direction into a square. Okay. I'm not real happy with that orange, darn it. I should have put a little bit more brighter colors around it. Okay, so basically we got what we need. Okay. And now we are going to cut this in 4 sections. So if I do 1.5 inches, I'm going to need 6 inches of this. Or a little bit more so you can pull off some of your sides. So we're already at 4. You could also make it into a kaleidoscope. You could have kept that triangle and just took it for 6 equal parts. But I have a harder time, I think, figuring out how to place a kaleidoscope than I do a square. Because a square, you can make it into a nice little, you can take a square cane and turn it into a round bead. And they'll all fit in there pretty good. So, alright, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which has got a little less than an inch to go. Okay. But again, I'm going to be cutting off a little bit on the ends. So I am going to grab my little thingamajiggers. I don't know what Teresa Salgado calls these. They're not cane benders, but they're kind of like for templates. So if you want to make a bracelet at a 1 1/4 inches, you're basically just cutting it out. But they work great for this. And I just used the other one, and I don't know where it is, but I guess whatever I grabbed will work too. Okay. So basically, I just want to make them even on both sides. Okay, so this is pretty much at the 3/4 inch wide. So now I want to make sure this is 3/4 of an inch wide as well. Yeah, and we're about there. Okay. All right. So just cutting a little piece off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good there. Okay. And now we're going to go 1.5 and 3 and 4.5 and 6. Oof. Well, didn't look too bad, I guess. I'm still not happy with that orange, but like I told you, it was going to be bright. Okay, now see how this is a little wider? Probably because I've got the wrong side on. Whoa. Okay. So we need this. That's why it was off. Okay, now you just got to figure out how you want it to orient here. Okay, so we have it like this. Okay, now take a look at that. Then you can do this, which again, I don't like that orange, so that's throwing everything off, so I don't like that. And I don't like this as the center. This is really the only way I can do it, unless I take this orange and put this into the center. Actually, that's a little different than anything I've made. It doesn't look too bad. All right, so we're going to look one more time. So that's the circle, but the big end, yeah, I definitely don't like that. Okay, so one more time. It's going to look like this. Or, was this the way I had it before? I don't think so. Or that. I kind of like the orange in the center. It gives it a little bit of a pop. So I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I like the pop of the orange better. Okay, so basically that's it. So now, of course, you're just going to make sure that you're all lined up on both sides. I have to admit, I think I like my other one better. As you can see, this doesn't really show up with that. I think what messed it up was the black and the white that I wrapped the orange with. If I would have left that alone, That would have been a lot brighter. So now you know. Some of you might actually like the way it looks. But I think I would have done without the black and white around it. Okay, so now we have this fun square kaleidoscope cane. Okay, I'm not going to really reduce it because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I can kind of show you how you can make. All right, let's see if I can make this really quick. If I were to get 4 slices, this is about, I don't know, a little less than 3/4. This would be a really big bead, but this is just for show. And you should turn it around. I kind of just like the colors in it. I just don't like that red. Okay, let me just find some scrap clay. Let's see what I got here. I got some gray. This is going to be a big bead, just so you're aware. Because you're going to need this at almost 3/4, right? So it's going to have to fit this. But you also need it, so that's 3/4. That's like 1/2 inch. So this may not work all that great, but so there's like 1/2 inch. Yeah. Because what you're going to want to do is literally fit them. Let's see. So we need just a little bit more. I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe I should just leave it one square, just the way it is. But I'm not. Okay. Okay, so basically, it was a little more than 3/4. But then you need the width as well. So this is just an example. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because I'm not going to use it for anything. Oops, I needed 6, not 4. See, so you could line all these up. Like this yellow will go right there. Yeah. Come on. Okay, yeah, I messed that up a little bit. Okay, and again to the side. And if I can get 2 more out of this, I'll be really happy. I don't think it's going to work, but at least it gives you the idea of what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that ain't going to work, but we're going to put it on top anyways, okay? Nobody sees that, right? Yeah, I kind of accidentally squished it. So it's not going to work. But anyways, you will line them all like that together. Okay, and then you're just going to squish your corners. So 4 parts of this bead will look really cool. The other part's really messed up. And then once you get it round, or once you get it to that point to where they're rounded enough, you'll just finish it off in your hands. That is a Donna Kato trick that I learned. See, so it would have been a really cool bead. Look at how perfect it matches up on all sides. You know, could I still use this? Sure. Will I? No. Now, I had that side I could have used. But anyways, you get pretty much the juice of it. And I have a bunch that I saved, so I'm going to do exactly what I just told you with those. You know, it might make a nice pendant. You know, you can find a good spot. You know, or you can just make it a round bead. Stick a hole in it and you're all set. Okay? Or you can just squish it. And now you'll have a focal. But this is scrap to me. Alright, so let's go ahead and reduce the rest of this. We're not going to reduce this too small. And if you make this and your canes are a lot bigger, and so you don't have such a small design, you can go ahead and put the 2 triangles together and take it again, reduce it before you put them back to back and make them in a square. Just remember though, if they're this size, you really don't want to attach it to another triangle and reduce and then do it in a square, because then your final piece is going to be very small. It is something that I've had to learn the hard way all the time, and I still do it, as you can see the one I did before this. So always think ahead to the final project. Alright, so we're just going to cut the end off. See what it looks like. And it's squishy, so hopefully it doesn't fold it. Ooh. Look at that. It's bright, but it's not as bright as I thought it would be. I love the greens and the yellows and the oranges. Again, I still don't care for that middle. But you know what? If I didn't put that black, it would have probably all blended with that orange. I'm not sure. But I do like that. So hope you guys too. And that's it for today. And we will see you in a couple days. Bye. Oh, wait. Can't go yet. I needed to show you my... Oh my God. The rest of the stuff that I made. I haven't sanded any of them yet. So... Oh, wow. Okay. I had them all in front of me. And I knew that I had to sand them. There they are. So, figured we were going to use those canes up until we get a nice big batch. Again, these have not been sanded, so I still have to do that. Let's hide everything behind it because you can't really see it very well. And these have got the bees in it and stuff like that. Yeah, so I figured to have a couple for earrings. I could even make a really nice spring bracelet with this, with some dangles of something on it. That can be a pendant. And I could either use a couple beads in between, I don't know, some turquoise and yellows and greens. And then I could probably make 2 earrings. I don't know. But anyways, that's what I've got. And I'm just going to keep making these and making these and making these. And I'm probably going to put them on my website when I'm done with all of them. And I might even make a kit so that other people can make it. I will just make enough to where I can put some kits together with all the beads. All you're going to need is like wire clasps. No, I'll supply the clasps. You just would have to do the wire. And the wire wrapping of whatever dangles is on there. And I'll put the dangles in there. But anyways, that's it guys. You have a wonderful weekend. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.